Well, hello and welcome to another day on Cornwall Pocket Farm, where I try and figure out how to live sustainably on 300 square metres in this city. We are on my ex-carport, what I now term as Park Square. Oh, and I should mention, please just excuse my lip. I had a little procedure at the doctor's the other day, so a couple of stitches and a bit sore. So anyway, I wanted to bring you along because I'm going to do my yam harvest. I have no idea what's in this bucket at all. Last year I tried them in the ground and they just really rotted. By the time I got to them, there were hardly any to harvest. And I looked on YouTube, as I do, and people seem to be having success growing them in buckets. So that's what I've done. And I thought, big reveal, let's empty the bucket and see what's in there. And that's primarily because we're due a few days of wet weather. After we've had some lovely sunny weather, it's going to rain again, and I don't really want that bucket to get all wet again because it makes harvesting a bit yuck. And also I need that compost to pop on top of my potato buckets because they're growing quite nicely. There we go. Aha. Ooh, we need a pot. I can see yams. There are yams. Okay, well, we're not getting fat on these. I don't know if you can see how many I've got. I mean, luckily we're not a family of 12, but these were completely free. Basically, there were a couple of these that must have survived the rot from last year. And when they started to grow, the little seedlings that came out, I basically just transplanted them into a bucket, and the bucket had compost from the chicken coop. And so yeah, free food, not a lot, but free, so that's a win. So if you can see from my potatoes here, the first ones in these two tubs have come up through the soil for the second time. I've already built them up once and now they've come through again. So I will build these up to the top, and then these two buckets will be complete. I'll just let them get on with it then. These two buckets here are the next ones along, and they haven't yet come through from their new soil. So I can see a little bit of heave, but I'm just going to leave those. But anyway, I'm going to get the soil that I've just harvested from the kumara bucket, and I'm just going to add them onto here. It always seems so bad when you just dump all this soil on top of the living plants, but yeah, that's what they like. And I mustn't forget to take my labels out, because often these labels get buried in the bottom and then I don't know what's in each tub. So I'll put it there and then carry on. I can actually see there's some little baby yams in here as well. So the yams might carry on all by themselves. Buried my label. Buried the second label. Okay. Right, so that's it. I just leave them be now, and that's the end of these two. Oh no, put the labels back in, Jenny. Put the labels back in. Right. Labels back in. They're good to go now, and I'll just leave them, and then yeah, harvest potatoes at the end, hopefully. Okay, so this is what we did with those old railings that I pulled out of a skip the other week down, you know, down the road. This was a sort of a fence, and we've turned it up on its side and sort of attached this with some of the connectors to make a bit of an arch. And we're thinking maybe we'll have a bit of a sign here saying food forest, and grow some stuff up it. And we've also put another post here on the top. Maybe we could have some sort of birdhouse, and then between these we can put some sort of trellis or some strings or something to grow something up, because the soil down here is really fertile. If we can get it out of the ground without being eaten by slugs and snails. Hello, sweetie, are you ready? You want to walk? Hey! If we can get it out of the ground without being eaten by slugs and snails, it'll do really quite well here. We've got a few more bits and pieces, so it's not quite finished yet, so watch this space, but this is where we're at the moment.